Hey guys, what is going on? Sentence here, and we're actually back with another League of Legends cast and Spectate. It's been a while. We're talking years since I've done one of these videos, but recently got back into League of Legends, so I've decided, let's actually do another one of these videos, and we happen to have a really cool game. I'm playing as the Kazakhs, and then my two friends are playing as the Trundle and the Lux, so you can judge us all you want, but I'm going to be casting this from pretty much just calling out the champion names, not going to be referring to one individually, even if it's myself, just to make it easier to cast. Just from kind of like a third-person view. So without further ado, let's get into this. I'll probably be a bit rusty, but this game was fun. Let's see what we do. So we actually invaded. I mean, blue team actually invaded. So yeah, you can see they're all getting along in this brush here, and Hecarim actually is going along, and Blitzcrank is probably going to go for the hook, and he misses the hook down. Not good, but for some reason Hecarim seems to stick around here, not understanding that, of course, there's going to be more people going forward, and a flash forward, and that's first blood for Kazakhs. That's a really good way for the blue team to start out this game. It means that they have a nice lead. The jungler will have a nice lead above the Hecarim, and of course Hecarim going to be at a bit of a disadvantage as well. So it looks like the blue team are actually going to be sticking around as well, trying to go for the blue buff still, or waiting for him to come back. Just have another look at these starting items here. Pretty standard stuff from everyone. Nothing too crazy, but it's also worth pointing out that Thresh is the AD carry for the blue team, and Blitzcrank is the support for the blue team. Then we have, of course, Shaco top lane versus the Trundle. In the jungle, as we've already seen, Kazakhs versus Hecarim. And in the mid lane, we have Lux versus Karthus, which is a cool matchup. And, of course, Ezreal and Zyra is the ADC down in the bot lane for the red team. So, all in all, semi-standard, bar the Thresh ADC, which I'm not sure how... I'm not sure why that was meant to be a good idea. But... hey, I've actually seen some pretty good Thresh ADCs, so we'll have to see in this game as well. Hook coming down, not landing. Top lane just standard farming up for now. See if we have anything interesting going on. Of course, it does mean that Kazakhs is getting a 3-buff start. If you do see, he's got his own red, and now he took the blue, and Hecarim actually hasn't tried to steal the blue, which is actually really good, because it means that, 3-buff start for the Kazakhs, which is always nice for a jungler. Get that nice early lead. As you can see, Shaco is laying down his traps of doom, trying to lure Trundle into it. Get the Thresh coming down with that damage. Of course, Ezreal is able to outtrade these. Oh, Trundle is actually going in. Nice chomp there. Wall coming down from Karthus. Missing out. Dropping down the AoE from Lux. Just doing a bit of trading, everyone. Pretty standard, of course. The first blood did go over to the blue team from that early jungle invade, and it's obviously done some damage to Hecarim. Gank actually coming down, but does get hit by the box, so not actually going to be able to get the kill here from them. Oh, and the plays by Shaco managing to just get out, but the hook does actually land, and he goes in, he heals up as well, and then flashes out? What? I don't know what was going through their mind there, but I have no idea what that was about. Why? Oh, the hook comes down though, but he died anyway, and Ezreal didn't because he healed and didn't get a tower aggro. So that sucked. So that's now 1 for 2. That's the bot lane already on a losing front, and of course it was already going bad for them. Ezreal now going to be leading in CS and be able to get some of this tower damage, and also all the CS. Thresh is actually going to lose here is crazy. So that is not good. Hecarim finally taking his, I think that's probably his first buff, because he was just cleaning up minor camps. And maybe looking for a gank in the mid lane. Using the thing to jump over the wall. I forget what that's called. I'm just going to call it the jumpy cone. Yeah, he's approaching mid lane, but of course summoners are up for Lux, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. That was some good damage as well from Lux. Going down, Karthus having to be a bit more wary. But Hecarim's still in the area. Hecarim actually going to go in for a little bit of a junk. No, he's coming back. He's coming back for the mid. He's got his speed up on, and he's going to charge in. He's going to try and hit it. The stun does miss. Red buff obviously applied. And is this going to be a kill? The flash forward, but the barrier negating some of that ignite damage actually just saved Lux's life. That is some crazy stuff. Super close. Fight down now in the bot lane. Blitzcrank actually missing the hook, getting ignited, and no one will die in that engagement. Unfortunately for Blitz there. Going down. Still just going to be farming up. Nothing to... Of course, they have got a ward in that bush, so they do know if Blitz is going to go... Oh, very close, that one. It's usually... Blitzcrank sometimes has the power to just... Oh, and the... Oh, no, he's not going to follow up. Had to suck people into his, you know, his hooks. Like a black hole. Exhaust actually going down there, but Ezreal's going forward. He, of course, uses abilities, but now he's just going to get punished by that Thresh damage. Of course, Thresh, when you do max out that E, does some serious damage if you let that wind up go, which is pretty cool. So Hecarim, I've just noticed as well, is really, really low from clearing camps, I think. So that didn't work out too well from him. Shaco with the Jack in the boxes ready. Oh, then Trundle is feared. Running into another... I mean, it is the biggest troll thing ever, Shaco. You just gotta love it. Love the champion. Ezreal spamming down his emotes. Blitzcrank actually going in. Kha'Zix is coming down for a gamp. Gets the jump over. Gets the Q. Gets the W. He's got the slow. Flash forward. And there's the other Q. And picks up the kill. Unfortunately, no assists onto the bot lane as Blitzcrank got his hook up. Unfortunately not. So we weren't able to follow up that. Hecarim obviously on his way down as well. We can see from the minimap. But Trundle trying to get some of this damage on the turret. Eating away those Jack in the boxes before they can actually reveal themselves and cause the fear. Interesting thing with those, of course, they will, you know, only when they're set down cause the fear. You kind of have a small window if you can see them to kill them before that happens. Which is good. He's actually popped his ultimate straight away. This was a cool thing when I came back, that Shaco's ultimate now makes these Jack in the boxes and stuff. Which maybe have been in last time. Oh, the ult coming down from Trundle, but the Ignite going on, walks into the fear, and that's a dead Trundle. Shaco leading in that top lane now. Still behind by 10 farm, but unfortunately has the kill lead. Unfortunately for the Trundle anyway. Oh, the stun does land. Are we going to see the combo? The combo comes out, and that is a kill for the mid lane. Already leading on farm. Now with a kill and an assist from that first blood in the beginning in the jungle with a Hecarim. Hecarim leaving the mid lane, realizing there's nothing much more to be done. TP coming down from Trundle to get his farm. Getting trolled already by the Jack in the boxes. Taking a bunch of damage from those minions as well. But overall, looking good. Take down the builds. Of course, trying to build that Blade of the Ruined King as well for the Trundle's a good thing. Kha'Zix finishing up his, trying to finish up his main little jungle item there. Going down. Shaco is, of course, just trying to get what he can out of this lane, because in a straight fight, Shaco would not be winning, but the stun does miss. The stun hits, but the hook does miss. Zyro bringing out some damage. Of course, one other thing I'm going to have to, if I'm going to start doing these casting videos again, is getting fully acquainted as well with all the names of the items again, because there is some new additions as well. Oh wow, that was an interesting play. Where I actually have Karthus roaming down to the bot as well. But Lux, of course, isn't actually mid yet, so wouldn't have really known what's going on. But in top lane, it's causing that pain. But in the bot, Karthus actually is looking to get some kills there. For some reason, it's taking us back. Let's have a look. Karthus is actually hooked. He gets flayed back in, but he's still got his Ignite, and he's just using it. But the hook from Blitz actually just pulled him to his death. Not quite sure why. That was a thing. Thresh is, of course, near his tower on his own now. So he's trying to get some farm, but they're all still around him. And I really don't think this is going to end well for him. I'm seeing another kill here, and Karthus does actually pick it up. Good thing was with that was no assists at any of the bot lane. So it's now 5 for 3. Most of the kills on the blue team are on Kha'Zix. Kha'Zix is actually coming down for this bot lane, but I don't think he wants this fight. He's getting stunned up. He's popped the ultimate. Got that Q damage just coming down with the snipe as well, finishing off. Pops the second charge of his ult, going down. He's almost dying. He does actually go down, but Lux, I think she's waiting on cooldowns, hits the AoE. Fantastic stuff there. Double kill for the Lux. Getting that Lux fed, super important. Ult actually coming down as well from Trundle, but running into the fear. Nothing you can really do, but the Q comes down. Absolute destruction. Oh, nice flash from Lux there. Does get the ultimate. The pull from Blitzcrank pulls him back. Is Lux actually going to live from this? The exhaust coming down, and Hecarim's like, what? Which way? Which way? Gets the stun down. Smite goes down. The shield actually protects him, and what a play by the Blitzcrank and the Lux down in the bot lane. Hecarim was getting pulled around all over the place. Nothing he could do there. Man, he had blinkers on. I guess he really is a horse. Trundle, of course, coming back to buy after his successful kill on Shaco. Karthus pushing this mid lane. Getting as much damage as he can do. One other thing I'm also going to... Oh, the sniper actually coming down. One other thing I'm also going to do is get a good handle on these skills to spectate properly. Oh, that damage is coming down. Oh, if he hit the stun, I think that would have been a kill as well. With the damage. Of course, Lux with that cooldown. But, oh, Kha'Zix's actually coming. Hits the slow. Hits the ultimate again. Is he going to go in? He does jump in. But in the bot lane, we also have another fight. No one got killed in the mid lane. But in the bot, the ultimate is coming down from Ezreal. Then nothing again. That was an unsuccessful gank from Kha'Zix, and then just a non-existent. Oh, but the pull comes in. That was a hook as well. That was a double. This is going to be a dead Ezreal, and he actually does. Thresh, AD Thresh, does pick up the kill. Of course, building up towards that static shiv we can see in the items there. Blade of the Rune King nearly built on Trundle, and Trundle is becoming a bit of a threat for this Shaco. Of course, bullying him completely out of lane. Shaco's advantages in his sneakiness and his fears, which means he will be able to get a kill on them, especially now his Ignite's up. So it's all down to how the Trundle's going to be playing that battle up in the top lane. Dragon, of course, is up. We do have the Infernal Drake. Blitzcrank wants the hook, but didn't get it. But Lantern out, so absolutely no worries there. Kha'Zix has completed his jungle item, but we have a fight here. Trundle is actually going in, but he's going to get feared away. The trolliness... Oh, the Q coming down from Shaco just to jump him away. Putting some boxes down just so he can be fully safe before he goes back. Not quite sure what he's aiming to build yet. I think he's probably going to go he's going AP anyway, that's for sure. At least at the moment in this build. Again, the Lantern ready to bail Blitz out, but the ward has gone in there, stopping any shenanigans from happening. In the mid lane, Lux is looking like she's going to get ganked. He gets feared away, gets pushed right back. Kha'Zix is, of course, there, but gets pushed way back. Man, that is some annoying stuff there. Getting pushed around. Hecarim was coming back for revenge from what happened in the bot lane earlier, and I do not blame him. If we take an overall look at the towers, no tower first blood has gone down yet. And also, the gold, really, 1,000 difference, obviously in favour of the blue team here. It could be made up by a tower, you know, whoever's going to get that first tower. And of course, my bets would be on Trundle because it's a Trundle. But, you know, Shaco is actually doing a surprisingly good job in this lane. He's losing on farm, but they've got equal scores across the board. They've both killed each other once, so it really just depends now. Blitz really needs to grab that Lantern, but he's hitting a ward instead. That was so good. The bot lane actually blocked him from picking up the Lantern by putting a ward directly on his cursor. That was some fantastic stuff. I'm going to go on Kha'Zix here. We're going to get the ult just come down, pushing up. Karthus ult as well coming down. I don't know if that might kill Kha'Zix. Does look like he's going to go down from Ezreal here as well. Ezreal might get a double kill here, and he does. That was not a favourable engagement. Kha'Zix was just going in for suicide. Now 2-2-2. He's kind of lost his early pressure from early on and has ended up dying. If you remember, about 5 minutes ago, he was 2-0, and now he's died twice. So some questionable plays down bot lane, and that has actually given up the gold lead they've had. It's now pretty even, 100 gold different, which is nothing. Ezreal is still down in that bot lane. He's pretty low. So we're going to have to see if anything can come of that at all. But I'm unsure, really. I feel like unless Thresh gets there. But Thresh does have a static shiv now, so that is a good burst of damage compared, as well as the E, the Flay. He will have the magic bonus damage. I can't remember what that ability is actually called, but the wind up. They're going to back safely anyway, so that's Ezreal going back. Ezreal, obviously, of course, got his tier. Oh, wow, he's actually completed the item straight up, and now he's going to build into Triforce. Ganking the top lane, but I'm not sure Hecarim actually wants this fight. Trundle has his ult. Trundle is a strong guy, you know, and he's just killed him straight up. Shaco's here trying to get the rest of the kill, just the flash Q. Kha'Zix is here to bail out Trundle, though. He's going to go in, going to hit it, and is he going to let last Q, but the invisibility, he's waiting for his jump, flash forward and actually Qs him anyway. That absolute insane damage when it's a secluded target is just so good for Kha'Zix. And Kha'Zix now 3-2-2. That's good stuff. The mid lane, though. Oh, man. If Lux had a snipe up then, that would be one dead Karthus. But unfortunately, That's not the case, and for some reason these two still think they can tangle with the fed Ezreal. He's going to come down. This is going to be a kill for Ezreal, and he won't be able to get the second kill because of that slow wall. So that actually saved Thrash's life there, but I'm not quite sure why the bot lane is continuing to fight against these guys when Ezreal, if we look at Ezreal's score, guys, he is 7-3. 7-3. That is fed. That is dangerous. He's going to be doing some damage, especially when he finishes that Triforce. Of course, we do have some items completing across the board now as well for the blue team. Getting that Morellonomicon on Lux and getting that CDR, which is, of course, so important to be able to get out those ultimates fast and get your abilities absolutely spammed forward. Trundle clearing out some wards, just staying up, doing what Trundle does, pushing, of course. So now that is a tower for each. Just going well. I think Kha'Zix here is going to actually attempt the Rift Herald, which is good. But I think in response, yeah, it looks like red team are actually going to go down for the... Yeah, they're going to go down for the Infernal Drake. Which, you know, is a questionable trade, seeing as Infernal Drake is really, really important and really good, especially as you get into later game. Of course, we're not at that stage, but oh my god, the damage coming down from those boxes! What was that? That was insane! The damage from the boxes stuck in the triangle, and then the Ignite stopping all his healing potential. Rift Herald did go down, of course, from the Kha'Zix, and of course Infernal Drake did go down for the red team as well, so... I would favour the, depending on what we can do with the Rift Heralds, it really does, but the fight now going down, or both of them getting knocked up by the ultimate. Ezreal's ult not doing too much damage at the moment because, you know, he hasn't got that Triforce, and of course he's favouring on that Q damage, but it looks like there is going to be some sort of damage dealt in this lane. Hecarim is again trying to camp the Lux. Getting down, but the snipe, oh! Cards his help, but the blade has come over the wall! He just flies over there! And the ult? No, the barrier is actually going to protect it. But that is a tight fight. Kha'Zix does manage to get it. Tower, of course, down. So these two are still sticking around here. Ezreal, of course, damaging. I said flay over the wall. I meant the Hecarim. I don't know why I said that. Does look like Ezreal is not scared anymore because he's barely been hooked. And if he gets hooked, he can just E out of it, which is another great thing. So it's really looking good for the bot lane. You know, 7-3. And to be fair, Zyra has been fantastic support for him. She's only died once as well. The main downside, I think, for the red team at the moment is the Hecarim. But, of course, that really can't be blamed when he had the, you know, really unlucky early game. Pull does come down, but the hero minion does save. Lux is going to be here to try and bail them out. Does get the really nice stun, but unfortunately the AoE does miss. Went a bit too far, because that would have been a nice double kill, I think, that the... they could really use. Of course, gold is still even. Trundle is going to go into the box again, but I feel like he's on... Yeah, I don't... Oh my god, but what? Wow, that was insane damage. Again, I was just about to say, I don't feel like the Shaka could do it, but to be fair, if Shaka stuck around, he probably could have backstabbed him and actually killed Trundle there. Kha'Zix is picking up the red buff. Ping's coming down. To be fair, if we look at the farm, I really think Hecarim's done a great job here because he's on 67. He's also got more farm than Kha'Zix. Of course, Kha'Zix has been getting more champion kills, you know, 4-2-2. But for what happened early on, really good. But unfortunately, he's ran into Trundle, and that is not who you want to run into. But it is Hecarim. He can get that move speed away. And it's like Trundle is going to get collapsed on. Red team are heading up there in force to try and defeat this Trundle. Karthus actually heading up as well. Karthus' ult is not up yet either, so that... presence, the global presence is down, but oh, that is the anti-MR coming down. The magic resist getting turned away, but I think Trundle might be okay here, but he's going to get actually knocked up. That was a great flash by Karthus. That was a great bait, to be fair, and that's Kha'Zix just saying, nope, not today. Do not feel like suiciding in that fight. But yeah, that was just unfortunate. I mean, Karthus played that really well, getting the MR taken away from Trundle and then flashing over the wall after doing some damage. Really, really good playing by... To be fair, both mid laners, I mean, Lux has definitely won the lane 1v1. That's, you know, without question. He killed him like twice, I think. However, or at least once in lane. But Karthus definitely has been making plays elsewhere on the map. That was a great hook. And that actually might be a dead Ezreal. Can they actually get the kill with a flash? The E and the flash, but Hecarim is going to come in with the ultimate and actually clean them both up. Ezreal is still sticking around in this fight. He needs to be careful. He is really low, but I don't think he's scared of Blitz. Blitz does not have his hook up yet. Blitz is ready. He's going to go and try and get in, but he pulls the Hecarim. Hecarim just blocked the hook, and Hecarim just whittling him down. Rift Herald is now used on the mid lane. They have got 1 turret from it. I think they need at least 2 turrets here to make this worth it. Get that gold evened up slightly. Of course, we now have gold lead in favor of the red team here by 1,400, and it's looking tight. I think this tower will go down though. Yeah, Rift Herald doing a great job. Gold almost evened up now, but unfortunately they've been collapsed on from behind, and that Lux is dead. Killing spree now for Hecarim. If we look at him, he was 0-4 when I was last mentioning his score. He is now 3-4. Hecarim has done such a good job of getting back in this game. This is a little bit contest now for the Rift Crab. Kha'Zix is like, fight me, and then he's realizing, wait, you're really tanky, and you're going to kill me. You're actually having to jump away for that fight. In fact, Kha'Zix is getting collapsed on here. He really needs to watch out, or he will be down. But Blitzcrank does get the hook on Ezreal. Oh, and the W shut down from Kha'Zix. That was fantastically played. Blitzcrank, again, Blitzcrank, you see, is hitting these hooks in really, really clutch circumstances. So that's the second one he's had. And then, of course, in the bot lane, as Hecarim was doing his charge, is just fantastic stuff. In top lane, of course, Shaka has it. Oh, the pull coming in again from Blitz. That's 2 for 2 so far when I've been seeing you, man. He's got his triangle, his Illuminati triangle of boxes set out. Shaco is just an evil champion. And Trundle wants it, but Trundle's actually going in for the kill here, but Shaco is going to queue over the wall, but Trundle is going to follow. Hecarim really doesn't want that fight. Hecarim is... Oh, Hecarim, no. Hecarim stopped his back. Of course, that's the real one. Thresh is very concerned about getting this turret down, and he will actually get it, which is really good, because it actually puts Blue now ahead after the shutdown on Ezreal, by that turret as well. So nothing actually happened in that top lane, unfortunately. No one died. So we've had a 12-17. Of course, red team are still ahead in the kills, but blue have 2 more towers. Everyone is posturing around this dragon now as well. So this is another Infernal Drake in 10 seconds, which is going to be good for whichever team gets. Oh, the hook does miss. That would have been great. There's a lot of people down here. It's a 3 for 2. 3v2 even. Blitzcrank again hooking a minion. But we've seen Blitzcrank's hooks, and Blitzcrank's hooks have been really, really good. And that was a interesting flash backwards. Does it like Trundle is trying to go in for the Karthus, but he's going to get feared from the ult. Wait, is Trundle actually going to live it? No, I didn't think so. That was tight though. Almost got the Karthus down, but unfortunately just ended up wasting his life. Still a lot of pressure down in this bot lane. Lux is now here as well. Lux and Kha'Zix, you know, the 2, I'd say, the Fed members on blue team. The pull actually does land on Zara here, but she's just flashing forward. She doesn't care. She's actually putting her ult down. Kha'Zix is going in. He's going to hit the W, but I don't think he wants to follow in that. But the snipe does come down. Lux does actually manage to finish it off. Fantastic play by Lux. Kha'Zix is now a bit stuck, but of course does have that evolved jump as well, which we haven't actually talked about yet, which evolutions people have gone. But of course, Kha'Zix was me playing, so I evolved Q, then I evolve E, then W. So that's the path that will be going here. I thought it was a Flame Drake. It isn't a Flame Drake. I thought it's a Mountain Drake. Guess I can't tell my icons. Karthus ult is coming down. I'm not sure who that's aimed at. I think that's just to get some assists on the team, because of course he is pretty far back and low. And it might actually be working if Ezreal can get his damage off. Of course, Hecarim does not have his ultimate. Ezreal does not have his ultimate. In fact, Ezreal doesn't have any summoners either, so Ezreal really needs to be careful, because if Lux hits a snare with that, Lux's ult is up, so a snare and an ult will kill this Ezreal. But Ezreal, of course, not too worried. So we've just taken a look at the items for a second. Ezreal, of course, finishing that Triforce, very important item. Thresh actually does have Infinity Edge now, so we're getting there with the Thresh build, which is really good. Shaka, of course, is going that AP build, and Trundle just building standard as well. I think he's building that magic resistance up as well with the health regen, as well as getting his Blade of the Rune King early on. Karthus actually has full stacks on his Rod of Ages as well, which is really good. Trundle is going to go in for Karthus again. Trundle wants this Karthus kill. Lux, oh, he's so low. Lux tried to finish it off, but he's going to go forward with the chomp down on him, but I don't know if he'll get out of this alive. Lux coming again, hitting the stun on Hecarim. Really, really good play, but Trundle will go down. Kha'Zix just existing there, not really doing much in that fight, just kind of following Lux around and not actually jumping in. But hey, it's what we expect. I think now is going to be the time that Kha'Zix is going to go down for this dragon. This is Mountain Drake, so that's increased damage to objectives, I'm pretty sure. Is a hook? Oh, the hook lands and the stun lands. I think this is going to be a dead Ezreal. Wait, no, come on. Exhaust coming down. That is it with the auto attack. Man, I was going to be like, what? If they didn't get that kill. Zara actually doing some damage here. Those plants are doing damage. The shield is not enough. What a play by the support. The support is building straight AP now. You know, got that Morellonomicon. So doing that damage. 12 assists on her. So really, really good. If we look at the scores, Ezreal's 10 and 5. So he's got not as good as KDA as he had before. But still very, very good score. Lux, you know, doing the best on this team with 6 and 3 and 4 assists. Finally finished that Hourglass up as well for the extra CDR you now do get with it. And of course the safety potential. Of course, the Hourglass couldn't be used to nullify the Hecarim ult, nullify the Zara ult, you know, nullify a ton of stuff that would normally do a lot of damage. I'm not sure if it was actually used in that fight, and I'm not sure if she just picked it up right now. So, yeah, I'm not going to say that she should have used it because I'm unsure if that was picked up. I wasn't actually looking. So, Duskblade, of course, picked up by Kha'Zix. He's got the jungle item now. He's building up some health. He's building up a phage. I think Black Cleaver is the item that's going for next. Trundle finally finished up that Spirit Visage as well. Going to be needed against this annoying Shaco. Shaco, the bane of the team. And if you know that... It's funny thing is, right, you wouldn't have thought blue are ahead on gold here because red have so much... like map presence here, like it's blue that are backing off here. Oh, and Kha'Zix is... oh, he missed the attack, but he's going to go in for the Qs. This is, of course, secluded evolved damage, but if you notice, Hecarim is eating this. Hecarim does not care about that damage. He has like one item of armor, but it's just the amount of health he has compared to everything else. We actually have a fight going on near Baron. Snipe just come down, but it does miss. Hecarim using his ult to go up, but Blitz is like, not today. Pulls him back in, but Hecarim getting out because of the speed. One kill for Kha'Zix. Is he going to get the resets? I don't think so. Does actually come down with the ultimate, but not really going to go in. Look at Trundle. He's going in for the Ezreal, trying to get that carry. Kha'Zix is low, but he does go down. He didn't actually get the kill. Doesn't get the Q off at all. Trundle going for 2. They go all running away from him. Shaco is actually behind in the fight. Zara might be victim number 3 for this Trundle. No, Lux comes in and takes it, but all in good faith there. And the hooks, oh wow, the hook, you can hook Jack in the boxes, guys. Didn't know that. Actually just pulled it in and feared them both. That is fantastic. I'm gonna have to bring out Shaco and do that myself. That's some absolute plays. Trundle is getting massive. Trundle may not have the best scoreline, but Trundle is level 16. Because if we look at Trundle's farm, he has almost 100 above anyone else in this game. I mean, Thresh is actually doing okay as well, but compared to the enemy team, you know, he is being dominating on that farm, and he's almost positive as well. Pretty bad fight again for Kha'Zix in there. Not getting those resets. Managed to kill 1 in that fight, but it just didn't go favor. And for some reason, these two think they can do the Baron when the jungler is nowhere near. So that was not a good call at all. Shaco actually ready here. He's got his clone. He's got his fear. And Shaco's damage. He's doing so much. And that's, of course, the Fate one. Trundle is wise to that as well. Of course, when he hits that, the little Illuminati triangle will pop out. And that is not fun. Oh, the clone is back. Hecarim getting on that farm. Hecarim has really made up, like, he's 4 and 4 now. He's even score, you know, and he's done so well, building up that armor, of course. But that will open up more for Lux, because Lux, you know, only 3 deaths on Lux, 7 and 3. Lux is playing like a beast right now. Building up that needlessly large rod, building up the blasting wand, probably going for a death cap. At least, I hope going for a death cap, and needing that damage against his team. Ezreal, of course, I think Ezreal might be going for Blade of the Ruined King. Be really good for that 1v1 potential as well. Hope him kite down the Trundle, unless Trundle uses his ult, of course. Then it's really not going to matter. They're posturing around this area. Kha'Zix having to jump out there. Ezreal doing a ton of damage with those Qs coming down. Like, insane damage now. Qs coming down to hit. Stun not actually going to hit, but the Trundle going in. Getting down the pillar, getting down the slow, but there's too many jumps. Trundle's still going down. Ulting Hecarim, which is a good choice. Ezreal, they were like, oh, the flash hook does come down, but not actually going to land anything. Good effort by their Thresh, but unfortunately didn't manage to connect. So we have all 5 members of each team now in the center. Oh, the snipe coming down. That would have killed Ezreal if it had hit, but it was way off to the side. So I think someone must have had a bit of a misclick there with that. Trundle, of course, going now in, aiming for that Ezreal, of course, as is the main target. Got to be careful, though, in the back line. Do you see Shaco as well, sticking to the back, but the ult is going to hit them all up into the air. Kazix is getting the kill. Kazix is getting the resets, but he jumps into the Jack-in-the-Box and gets ulted. That was so unlucky. He actually jumped into a Jack-in-the-Box, and it protected Ezreal. Ezreal doing... Well, Shaco's doing Ezreal some work here. Of course, now they're looking for the re-engage on the side of the blue. But, oh, Ezreal picking up Thresh. That's not good. It's now a 3 for 2. It was a 2 for 2 for 4, but Ezreal is doing some work. I think Blitzcrank might be the last to go here as well. Yeah, they're going to all just destroy him. Wow, so that was a 2 for 2 and ended up being a 2 for 4. Trundle, the only guy left on his team. He's just like, what is going on here? And he's somehow thinks he'd be able to fight, but he's going to back off, which is definitely a wise idea. Because if we look now, the fears coming down are just going to be doing work. Blue buff getting picked up by Hecarim. Hecarim 444, pretty even score. Kha'Zix is the 7 and 5. So to be fair, compared to Hecarim's start, okay, we actually have a level lead by him. Kha'Zix is 14, Hecarim is 15. So Hecarim has done so well with the farm. These guys are now sticking around for this Mountain Drake. And they are coming down though. Getting the red buff. Kha'Zix is getting the red buff. Lux is posturing away. Thresh is coming as well. And it comes down. Gets the Q in. Gets the steal of the dragon. Picking up. Gets feared, but gets the lantern out. Wow. How much health? 52 health, guys. 52 health. Lux, of course, getting the shutdown in that fight as well. We did just miss that, but it was a shutdown on the Hecarim from the back line. Lux coming down with the shields, but of course, fortunately, Lux is cornered here. Shaco could go for her, but Shaco is more concerned about getting this kill on Thresh, which he does get in fairness to him. Double stun there. That is some fantastic stuff. If only she had a rolled up. I think that's how she got the other kill. The pull actually coming down on Thresh, and he's going in. Kha'Zix gets him. I meant Ezreal. The pull on Ezreal. Kha'Zix jumping in, of course. It does pick up that kill as well. Zara having to run away. So that was actually a really, really good fight. That actually turned the gold in the Blues' favour even more now. That's a 1,000 gold lead. It's very small for this point in the game now. We're getting into the later game. But of course, really good because they got the Dragon Steel. And it actually means that Mountain Drake is 2 for the... Yeah, it's 2 for the blue team. One for Flame Drake that they did get at the beginning. I must have missed the fact that the blue team got that other Mountain Drake. I guess maybe I just got something mixed up, but hey. Still, it's 2 Mountain Drakes. That's great for objectives if they want to go for Baron at all. Of course, they can go for Baron because they do have the Trundle. He's level 17 now. Hecarim is going down. Pushes Lux right into the Karthus damage. That was some unlucky stuff. Karthus just walking on people to get this damage. That is a double kill now for this Karthus. Is it going to be a triple? Is Trundle actually going to be able to get out of this fight? I'm not too sure. Hecarim coming in with the speed. I think that might be the end. Oh, the heal actually coming off. Hecarim, if Hecarim hadn't actually intervened with that fight, okay? If Hecarim had left it alone, Trundle would be dead. And the lantern is right there, but the fear blocks him from getting it. So, if we look at that, if Hecarim hadn't actually gone in for the fight, Trundle would have nothing to heal off. And that ult that Karthus did might have killed him. I mean, to be fair, it might not have because Trundle has a lot of magic resistance, but it would have a better chance. So that was just 3 kills off nothing there for the red team. Just picking up the 3 kills, actually evening out the gold again, which is not going to be good. Because, of course, we did just have the win in the dragon fight for the blue team, and then red just evening out that gold. It's still very, very close. Of course, more kills for the red team. Blue still has a 400 gold lead, but it's nothing at this point. That's not even a full item. Ezreal surprisingly level 15, and this is because of his farm. If we look, Trundle has 100 more farm than Ezreal, and 100 more farm is equating to those extra levels there. 8 and 5 for the Kha'Zix. Thresh, Hecarim even dying more than he should be there. And we have also 8 and 5 on the Lux as well. So the 2 people that, are getting those, doing that damage, doing the DPS have been dying a lot more. Of course, now it really rests on Trundle to be able to push this game forward because he's the one that's putting pressure on these lanes. And he's the one he's got a lot of tanky stats now. He's got his armor, he's got his magic resistance. So he's gonna have to pull something off here. Hook does miss. Don't know why he'd want that hook either, though, to be fair. We actually have Shaco getting caught out, but that's actually the clone. It does end up fearing a ton of people. Kha'Zix jumping into the bush of boxes. Gets his J-pop. Lux does get the snipe down. I think this might be a dead Zyra. does get the kill on Zyra. Oh, its reset's coming down, but actually does get killed eventually by Shaka with that E. And Hecarim going to get the kill as well, jumping in. That was a great fight. Ezreal here coming to finish off the other ADC, but Trundle is still alive, and Trundle does damage. Is it going to be enough to finish Hecarim? No, because the fear actually comes down and does block it. That's crazy. That fight could have gone a lot better. So Kha'Zix actually jumps and gets his J-pop straight away. Lux does manage to hit, but Karthus just survives, and then Kha'Zix runs into more boxes, so ends up flashing forward, gets the kill, then actually dies, and then meanwhile on the rest of the fight, these guys are just chasing them down, like Hecarim getting the kill, and then of course Ezreal doing the job to finish it off. And then Trundle tries to come in here, and he probably would have got a kill, but this little Jack-in-the-Box right here ends up fearing him, and then Shaka gets the kill. So it's just one of those fights that ended up not going out well. I mean, Kha'Zix, who has got a lot of kills, got a lot of stats, did nothing in the fight, and that is, of course, because of the Jack-in-the-Boxes. So Shaka here, if that was intentional, obviously he's luring them towards that, ended up doing a ton for that fight. Like, Shaka has not got the best score, but he's making some plays, and they're going to get an inhibitor off that fight. I don't know if they're going to go for Baron or they're going to go for this bot turret. It looks like the pings are coming down to the bot turret, so it does look like that's where they're going to go. I mean, I don't think it'd be safe for them to do Baron, as the as you know, Kha'Zix is almost up, and Kha'Zix stole dragons from them before, and of course Lux is almost up. She's got that snipe, so yeah, I don't think, and of course Ezreal as well isn't the fastest at doing Baron. You know, they don't have a really big hyper carry with the auto attacks. I mean, he's still doing work, don't get me wrong, but he's not as good as some of the others at getting those carry things going. So it's just going to be getting another turret. Of course, now if we look at the gold, this is probably the biggest gold swing I think we've had. So that's 3k now in favor of the red team. I think that is the biggest lead we have had so far. Yeah, I think that they're all posturing rounds, just wondering what to do. I'm pretty sure, I think after that fight, none of them have been about to buy yet. So that's probably a good call. Hecarim picking up. He's going to go for that Spirit Visage as well. Trundle was, of course, got that Triforce now as well, which is looking good. It seems whenever I rewind on this client, it mixes up all the order. But it does like Thresh is going to get bursted down instantly. Didn't even have time to get that thought in my head because he died so fast. He does not want that fight. Kha'Zix does not want that fight with Hecarim. Going in again on the Trundle. I don't think Hecarim wants the fight with Trundle, to be honest. Alright, orders are sorted out again. Let's get ready. The teams are ready for another fight, I think. Poke damage coming down. Smite's coming down. Hecarim actually going to go in. Hecarim has his ultimate. Well, he's going to ult. He's getting the fear on both of them. That's Blitzcrank going down. Oh, man. And Kha'Zix is almost going to go on the flash forward, but Trundle blocks the Q with his body, and he's like, not today. Ult coming down, but is not going to kill the Kha'Zix. Trundle holding off 4 of them on his own. Fantastic stuff. And again, look at that Hecarim's health, man. Really, really low. Trundle is going in like a beast. Lux as well, backing him up. It's going well. Ezreal obviously going to get out of here. He's got too many jumps. He doesn't have flash up though. He does have his heal, but doesn't have flash. In fact, he's coming back round. They're going to go back for the re-engage on Trundle here. Actually coming over the wall, actively going against, popping his blade as well. Trundle's going to be like, okay, I'll turn around and get a kill. Actually, Thresh does pick that one, but oh, the ultimate coming down as well. That might actually be the end for them. Does get the kill. Is he going to get the kill onto Ezreal? He will not. That was close. Zyra managing to save him. Kha'Zix dies again for that. Jumping in too far in the backline. There wasn't enough team left to actually help. But that was a good effort again by Trundle, trying to actually pull something off there, but ended up, he would have died regardless, even if it wasn't the little Morellonomicon burnout. The, of course, Karthus ult doing a chunk of damage that people do not think about. So one of the things when you're fighting Karthus, you just have to be really, really careful of. And of course, we can actually see these guys doing the Baron as well. Getting that stuff down. Looks like they're actually going to be successful as well. Get the smite down. There's no one to contest it. Jungler's down. Trundle's down. Lux is the only one actually around, but Lux is in the base. cleaning out minions when really she should be fighting and helping the team. But I don't think it's going to matter at this point. Does get the kill on the fake clone. Hecarim is going for it. Thresh might be going down again here. Shaco picking up another kill. Now 10-3 with the Shaco. Fantastic score on him. He's picked up a lot of kills recently, and well deserved as well. He's been playing fantastically. Building up that farm as well, back from Trundle. Trundle on 275, Shaco 210. So he's building up any sort of deficit that he may have had individually. Popping out the emote as well. Both of them now level 18 as well. So if we look at the levels, pretty much, 3 people on the red team level 18, whereas only Trundle is level 18 on the blue team. So this is literally going to be a one-man army at the moment. Does dodge the stun, really nice jukes, but I don't think it's actually going to matter. So much damage coming down from Ezreal. That's going to dive the tower. Kha'Zix is actually going to go in. He does pick up him, gets the reset, but gets knocked up in the air. I think that's going to be the end. He pops the GA again. It's going down. He does have his jump up. Is he going to go for it? Hitting the W away, but I think he needs to get out of the way of the plants. He does flash. I think he flashed away from the plants. Not really sure. Trundle, of course, finishing off Karthus there. Really, really good stuff. That was a favourable engagement. That was a 3-for-1. Trundle, of course, did go down there, but definitely worth it. Meanwhile, Shaco is split pushing to the side. So these guys have got to be careful here now. They've already got their base open. Of course, with these empowered Baron minions, it's something they really need to be careful about. I think these guys are probably going to go for the hook, but they're getting blocked again by the Jack in the Box. You got to love those things. Our inhibitor, the blue team inhibitor has actually respawned as well, which is good. Our inhibitor, need to cast it as if I'm not playing. Of course, Elder Dragon is up, which is a super important objective for them to get. Oh, he does actually manage to hit the slow on him as well. As soon as that invisible comes off, he's going to get queued down, but Zyra is there again, so actually popping the ultimate. Does manage to hit the slow. Gonna get jumped, gonna get the Q. Is he gonna go for the double? Gonna get the thing again, gets the reset, gets the Q. Kha'Zix resets, man. Kha'Zix resets. Picked up 2 kills, and now 12-7. So he's picking up his score, but that's the power of the Kha'Zix there with those resets. Team, of course, picking up Elder Dragon. Hecarim is around, trying. He's actually going to go in, but hits the smite. No worries. Hecarim might have just killed himself there. Kha'Zix is like, I want this fight today. I've got friends backing me up. Managing really actually close. If the knockup cannot come down. Kha'Zix jumps into the Karthus and does die anyway. Nice shutdown by Karthus there. I don't think that jump was intentional, jumping into the AoE from Karthus there. But of course, that's a 4-for-1 in trade there. That's a 4-for-1 trade. So it's still in favor of the blue team. I mean, they're picking up the gold lead now. It's now back to only 2k, 3k, 2k. And of course, in this stage of the game, that isn't really much whatsoever. I mean, a lot of people are finishing off their builds right now. If we look down at Kha'Zix, he's actually max items. Trundle, almost max items. Shaco almost max items. Lux is definitely getting there, getting some last bit of CDR. Trundle actually going in for the 1v1 on Ezreal. And they're like, nope, you got baited, son, and he's going to die. If it was a 1v1, it would have been favourable, but unfortunately Ezreal was pretty confident there. Got his kite potential going. Trying to get these slows going down. Ezreal, of course, 15-8. Not as good as KD as he did have before. It's really kind of like Shaco doing a lot of the work here in these fights. Of course, one part of the base is only open. There's still 2 outer towers left for the red team as well. Like, blue team still have 4. They've had 4 towers, I think, for the last 20 minutes. Whereas red team have definitely been making advances. This is what I'm saying. You wouldn't have thought at that point in the game that blue team were ahead because they're playing so passively. And they're here to take this jungle. Don't think they actually want to go in there. Kha'Zix level 18 now. I mean, pretty much everyone apart from... Oh, he runs into the bush. He's going to jump away, but right into Karthus. Doesn't matter. Lux does get the kill, but no assists for Kha'Zix because he didn't actually attack because of the slow. Thresh actually coming down with the deeps. Not going to lie, that hit was actually some deeps. Blitzcrank gets the wrong pull and is actually going to probably go down here from the ult. The Zyra plants are doing work, but the speed going down doesn't matter. That's a double kill for Ezreal. That is 2 kills just given over unnecessarily. Well, it's actually technically 3, including the Kha'Zix as well. So that's 3 kills given over unnecessarily. Karthus as well, 10-8. Karthus is building up, you know. Karthus is going to be doing work, especially when he gets that magic penetration, which he really does need to build to get through to this Trundle. The ult is going to go down. That's going to finish off Lux. That's going to do a lot of work. It looks like here Trundle is trying to fight off. This is it. This is the 1v4 I was talking about. This has basically been the game from this point. Trundle is being League's ahead on experience. He's holding off. He's doing a good job of holding off. Of course, he has to wait. There's 10 seconds, or just over 10 seconds now on Kha'Zix, with 13 seconds on Thresh, 17 Blitz, 40 seconds on Lux, so that's not going to be helping. If he can get Ezreal, that'll be good, but he's actually gone down as well. And guys, the base is down, but it looks like the game is going to be over. But Kha'Zix comes in, gets the kill on Ezreal, jumps away. Zyra is actually taken. Thresh with the damage! Does actually kill off Zyra. The base is alive! Kha'Zix is making them, and why have they followed him? Why? They've now got people up. But they've kept on following. Gromp, is Gromp going to be an ally for them? No, he's not. And of course, look at that regen coming down as well. That is some crazy, crazy, crazy regen. And the game goes on. If we look at the base was almost dead. If Hecarim had sticked around and autoed the base once, the red team would have won. That would have been the end of the game. But that didn't happen. Instead, Karthus and Hecarim tried to just chase Kha'Zix really with all his jumps, and it just didn't work out. It actually ended up stopping them win this early on. They could have ended the game right there. They chose not to. Baron is now up in 35 seconds. Thresh is actually now doing some nice burst damage with a rapid fire cannon, Infinity Edge plus Shiv. Building up that Hextech stuff as well. Trundle now full build as well. Like, that is... I mean, if any of these players end up seeing this, you should have stuck around, guys. You should have definitely stuck around, but of course, they are still ahead, so it's not over yet. But that is a good save. That's a step... Oh, he gets pulled before he can do his jump. Lantern does come down. Thresh, the savior, saving his life again. 14 and 9. Kha'Zix's been picking up back at those kills. Killing Ezreal was obviously very mandatory. If Ezreal hadn't gone down that other fight, definitely would have lost right there. But they could have ended this game. And now Baron is live again to be contested. Of course, Inhibitor is down. If there is a ward, there is backdoor potential. If Shaco wants to go invisible and try and end it on his own, he could. So they have got to have someone protecting that base at all times, or we'll go down. So these guys are now taking a slow approach. They're like, let's not rush. Let's not do backdoor strats because they do rarely work. Let's go in and try and push down a second inhibitor, which is why I think is the right call. Of course, there's going to be a disadvantage here because Thresh is in the top lane pushing, but Trundle's going in and Lux just eviscerates Karthus down with the ultimate as well, having to actually ult out there. Does get a reset in. Kha'Zix is going around the side. That's never all the pull, the nice flash there. Kha'Zix has actually popped his ultimate right now. He's going in for the jumps. He's going the flash forward. He does get knocked back though. He gets one. He's got the jump. He gets two. Shaco is in the win. So that is what needed to happen. Essentially, in that fight, if we're just going to go back slightly, let's just roll it back to this fight. So Lux takes down Karthus right away. So that's one damage already done. Of course, Karthus is going to pop his ultimate as well. He does? Oh yeah, he's popping it right now. And then if you notice all the damage coming down Hecarim, Hecarim can't use his ult offensively, and that is pretty ruined. Of course, that was a nice knockup by Zyra going down, but with Karthus ult down, I mean, no, wait, Karthus ult is up. Karthus ult is up, and he didn't use his ultimate. Damn, that could have really, really helped out his team, but he didn't use it. And then, of course, it's just a matter of time before Kha'Zix gets a jump in, going over. Hecarim does come back and manage to save Zyra for the meantime, but Kha'Zix gets the kill. That's a reset. That's another kill, and they die anyway. That's a double kill. And, of course, Kha'Zix has his J up. 17 and 9 now. So he's been picking up the kills. Thresh, of course, on base defense. We do see Shaco as well. We got blue pings coming over to the base. That's just like someone go back and protect. So one of those guys is probably going to go back because, of course, blue team know they can't end off that. They've equaled off the gold, but they can't end. So I think the plan here is to go and get the Baron because basically Trundle could probably solo it, but Trundle and Kha'Zix there for the smite, be much better. And of course, Thresh does have some mean attack damage as well, so he's going to come down and help while the other guys protect the base. And oh, Kha'Zix almost dying. Does get the smite. Slays the Baron. Of course, now it's a point to go by. Thresh picking up those last couple of items. See, every time I've gone back, it does reset the little counters, unfortunately. The order of people down on the scoreboard. But that's okay. doesn't like to be caught because Shaco is just waiting in that bush. Hopefully no one walks into that, because that'll be dead person, whoever that is. Everyone just taking time to breathe here, pick up their buffs, get their items all sorted. Shaco's still waiting in the bush. Shaco is determined to catch someone out here. And I don't know if he does. Honestly, I do not remember if he catches anyone out. It looks like red team are going to charge down the mid. Unfortunately, they haven't broken any of the sides, which would have been really, really helpful for them. It looks like maybe a final fight is going to be able to decide these things. And of course, the inhibitor has respawned for the blue team, so that eases off pressure on their base. It means they have to go through the inhibitor and the base now, which will be at max health because of the regen. Oh, the damage from the Thresh! One attack! That is the wind-up plus the shiv. That is some crazy stuff. Trundle actually going to go in on Karthus here. He's good. Kha'Zix is jumping over. Does get the Zhonya's, but doesn't matter. Q going down in the fight. Thresh is actually picking up off on Ezreal, and then they're coming back to finish off on the rest of the team. Hecarim is coming in from behind. Doesn't have his ult, of course, he already used it, but gets hooked, gets CC'd to everything, and that's him dead anyway. Shaco is still missing. Trundle is going to TP top and try and push down some more of the gates, and Thresh just using his ultimate. There is Shaco. They've located him. Well, Shaco, the only potential person that could end the game. Kha'Zix running in, killing the clone. Have they found out where he's going? They haven't. He's gone the opposite way, but I don't think it's going to matter. We have Trundle pushing on the top. We have 40-second cooldowns on the end of these players for the red team. Shaco is the last line of defense for the blue team to actually finish off this game. Look at the monster Baroned up wave top. That is going to destroy these towers. Kha'Zix, of course, helping push this top lane up as well. Hook not going to hit, but I don't think it's going to matter at this point. Those towers are falling. Can Shaco do anything to stop it? Are blue team going to screw around, or are they just going to go for the end of the game? Shaco running in, but Shaco's going to die. Thresh picking up another one, and that's GG! Blue team actually win the game. Unbelievable, guys. Unbelievable. Alright guys, so this is actually the part where they're pushing into this base. The sound music has stopped a bit, so we're going to say the game sound. But essentially we're just going to see how low it was for the red team, and like how obviously easy they could have ended this game. Of course, this is where the carries are all dead, and Trundle's the only one left, and he actually doesn't manage to, of course, get the kill on Ezreal here. And that's the important guy, you know. Ezreal is the one that's going to do a lot of damage with his Triforce 2 buildings as well. So they've got this wave here. They managed to actually, you know... I mean, look how this is. I mean, Trundle's like got one thing to do. He has to go in and try and kill Ezreal, but Ezreal's pushing him away. Trundle goes down here, so there is no one up. Right at this point, there is nobody up. This is an ace. 3 seconds on Kha'Zix. Turrets are down. Look how fast the base is going down here. Look how fast the base is going down. He goes down. Okay, Ezreal goes down. That's fine. Everyone else should have ignored Kha'Zix. And then, but look, to chase, Zyra is the only one trying to finish off the game. And then Thresh comes down with the mean attacks and just does it. Let's go back. Let's go back to Zyra. Let's have a look here. Okay, look at the health of the base. We can... 200, guys. 200 base health. That was it. 200 base health between them winning the game. And of course, then we fast forward to the last fight. We end up... losing that down here was really a big turning point as well. And then it ended up, I mean, we can see, look at the kill point there. We can actually just see this whole bit just kind of ended it for them. But guys, that was what I thought a good game to show you was for the first, you know, for bringing back this series for the first time again. But I really hope you have enjoyed it. I know I enjoyed playing this game. It was so back and forth. It was like super stressful to play, but of course we were also pleased we ended up winning in the end somehow. And you know, I could have had a better Kha'Zix game at mid game, but I think I made up for it late game, and I had an alright early game too. So definitely could have gone better, but unfortunately it's just one of those things. It is just the case of the game. You know, you learn champions and you get better. But yeah, I'm hopefully going to be able to bring you more of these replays and more of these casts. If you are enjoying them, please let me know by giving me a thumbs up. And of course, anything in the comments, any games as well you want me to cast, I'd be happy to cast them and just send them over to me. You know, I'll just message me on YouTube, and then I can give you an email to send them over. There's a few other ones that I've played that have just been kind of crazy like this one, so they'll be coming very, very soon. So guys, if you have enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up, and of course hit that subscribe button to be kept up to date with the rest of my videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye bye!